I have to come back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Phone call, Mr. Plankton.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel here today, and we're back for another Walking Dead video. And today, guys, in case this doesn't come out, today is Friday night, November 9th. If you can see this upload, there was no Walking Dead Episode 3 Broken Toys news, so I'm going to expect that to be either this weekend or early next week, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about the future of the Walking Dead game series. After the Walking Dead final season ends, obviously, a big question comes up, will there be more Walking Dead games? Especially in the choice-based genre / story, as how Telltale did, since again, this was a big question that was asked before when, Telltale was still around. Are you guys going to do another Walking Dead game after the final season ends? Now that Telltale's not around, this entire premise of it, we're going to get another Walking Dead, story version game kind of like this after Clementine's conclusion. Now it's all up in the air because Telltale is not around anymore. And once Skybound finishes up, is Skybound even going to be interested in doing more story games based off, how Telltale did? So, if you guys do enjoy this video, if you guys could smack a like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with Walking Dead final season news. I'm hoping we get something soon, guys, for the Walking Dead final season, but this will be just a topic about something in the AMA. So, if you guys do enjoy, again, let's get straight into it. So the question I want to focus on is number 3, and this is again something I've been brought up a lot in my Twitter when I've tweeted this. In the old concept art images for The Walking Dead final season, when it was called The Walking Dead Season 4, originally that was what it was called, there was a lot of intrigue when they had The Walking Dead Season 4, and it brought up a lot of questions, and this question was a big one. There's been some pictures going around lately showing a logo that says The Walking Dead Season 4. It has raised some questions in the gaming community. Let's clear it up. Did Skybound change the name to possibly make room for another season, or was it simply an old working title? And here is the question he responded to number 3. I know Ian from Skybound, again, he'll be a main factor in The Walking Dead and its future, especially since he is the head of Skybound Games. So I don't think that was anything deliberate or intentional that we did in order to create mystery. We're sadly not that organized yet, so this is intended to be the final season. Remember, this was about 3 weeks ago in the AMA. That said, I really love storytelling in games, and when it's done, well, as with the series, it's obvious how emotionally attached we can become to characters, so I think it's a good bet you will see other games from us in the future that aim to tell great stories. So this does bring up a potentiality that we could be getting more Walking Dead games or other games from Skybound that teach kind of a similar story to how Skybound did. Maybe Skybound will kind of become like the new Telltale games. In a way, I don't know. But they definitely have an idea of making more story games. So let's go into some more points that the AMA brings up. So another answer he had is look at answers 2 and answer 1. So I'm going to be talking about, this was again mentioned in the AMA, and this has to do with future DLC as well as another Telltale kind of Walking Dead game. Now remember, if you did miss my video about a week ago, we talked about the potentiality of a DLC / episode 5, and there is a chance. So when he answered the DLC question, some person asked, since many players have already purchased the season pass, I'm worried about how to sustain the cost of finishing the games. While many players do wait the whole game to be released before purchasing, a lot of fans have invested in the story and want to have more content, and maybe learning fates of potentialities like Arvo, Garcia family, just in general stuff around hidden stories. Kenny, what happened to him at the end of season 1? And he answered to this response with talking about DLC is it's not something that we've been spending any time discussing. It's not currently planned, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. Our first priority is to complete the story, and once we feel that we're in good shape to do so, we'll look at all other possibilities, and we love hearing ideas and suggestions. So in last week's video, I talked about you guys should, when the Walking Dead final season does end, definitely suggest some topics that you guys would like to see. Now, number 2 has to do with the future games. After the end of the final season, is there any possibility of other video games within the Telltale / comic universe or any similar style of story-driven game within the Walking Dead universe? And the simple answer is yes. So this does confirm we will be getting some type of Walking Dead story within the Walking Dead universe, a story-driven Walking Dead game, whether it's Telltale style or a different style. But he says, while there's nothing in active development yet, we're always talking about how we can tell interesting stories in games. And I haven't really spent a lot of time at the moment talking about it, but I bet you could see it. So, at the moment, we're looking at new technologies and how that can allow us to deliver strong-based narrative games. So, Skybound Games may become our Telltale games in terms of the Walking Dead stories. Whether it will be like Telltale did with the 4-choice system and all this branching relationships, it is confirmed, though, that Skybound will be making some type of Walking Dead story and even more Walking Dead stuff here. So, someone asked the following again in the AMA, are you making any other Walking Dead games after the final season? And he says, I hope so. So guys, there will be more Walking Dead games to come. It's just, again, what will they be? Personally, if I wanted to make a decision, if I were a fan asking for suggestions, which I will definitely when the final season ends, I'm definitely going to throw up some suggestions of games we would love to see and I would love to see. First that comes to mind is an open world Walking Dead game similar to how The Last of Us is. I would love to see a story similar to how, if you played The Last of Us before, you know how good. That's like I would love to have like a Walking Dead story just like how season 1 had, but imagine it being like an open world where we're more in control and it's got good gameplay, good story, maybe even some choice branch narratives to it, but it gives us more of a control as the player and who we, what we do and, that kind of style. The second, obviously, is another Walking Dead Telltale game, similar to how they've had in the past, Season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe they can make a Season 5, but it won't obviously be related with Clementine, because remember, this is the conclusion to Clementine's story. We will not be getting another game with Clementine unless it's some kind of spin-off or some kind of like fighting game that they have like a bunch of Walking Dead characters in. There's no way we could be getting another Walking Dead Telltale kind of game with Clementine. Again, since this is the final season, and they did not specifically say the end of the Walking Dead story, but the end of Clementine's journey. They want to finish up Clementine's journey, and then we'll go from there, pretty much. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you could smack a like, hit that subscribe button. I want you guys to leave in the comments, what would you like to see in a Walking Dead game? Would you like to see an open world? Would you like to see a co-op kind of game, similar to how they had with The Walking Dead, Overkill, The Walking Dead? Would you guys like to see another Telltale Walking Dead story game with the 4-choice system and a bunch of other stuff, but maybe evolved? Because remember, before Telltale was going to shut down, they were going to be getting rid of the 4-choice system. It was not even going to be a plan of theirs. But I want you guys, what do you guys want to see? And that definitely, I want you guys to definitely, when the Walking Dead final season ends, I want you guys to go to Ask Skybound what kind of Walking Dead games you want to see. Because if you guys love The Walking Dead, if you love Clementine, if you love the story genre, if you love the choice bases, I think Skybound could become sort of like a Telltale Games. Maybe not exactly copy and paste, but remember, they have hired employees right now that are from Telltale Games, and when their contracts end, they could renew them. And again, Ken Muddle got asked the question from IGN and from other companies when The Walking Dead final season was, before it was even released. People had asked, are we going to see more stories down the line with The Walking Dead once Clementine's journey ends? And he said, I'm not going to be answering that. So he did not have a definitive yes or no to that question. So that does leave the possibility that we could be getting other related Walking Dead stories. Hopefully, I'd love to see another Telltale one, but if not, I would love to see an open world Walking Dead game that fits the genre perfectly. So, thank you all so much for the support you guys have shown lately. We're closing in on 150,000 subscribers. I want to thank you all so much for your support, guys, and hopefully, if you're seeing this video, we have not gotten news yet. I'm hoping for news Saturday or Sunday. We will be having another Walking Dead discussion stream this Sunday, talking about potentialities into what will happen with Episode 3, whether we get news or not. I'll be talking about that. So keep an eye on your sub box for that. But I want to thank you all again for watching, and we'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love. Hope you guys enjoy.